Welcome guys, let's start as usually with the USD CAD, what we have in the USD CAD, and I already made correction, but as you see, we had here our analysis from last week, but the momentum didn't confirm the divergence, which is now confirmed by a sell signal, and everything is facing down. But you see there is a huge gap between the two. We broke the zero line. Okay, there is a structural divergence, but in the long term run, I would still say the price is about to go up. Actually, if you see the weekly basis, you see we get the buy signal, but we are below on the REMA with this the slower faster moving average, and the slower moving average is a bit far away. We got the green histogram as well. So what I'm looking for is actually, I already drawed it, kind of like correctional move and then and move to the upside. But in any cases, what we need is actually just a small correction, and after that it can form actually even just convergence from the 50 line and just turn to the upside, which would make sense actually. All right, so I'm looking for ODNZD. The ODNZD is a mess. We got here a divergence, and right now we are heading back to the upside. Nothing really happened from last week. It went a bit down, then it went up. It's a sideways, it's a big mess. I would not trade on the ODNCD. One thing is maybe an important thing, and that's is which pair is dominating in the day. Like if the Australian dollar is stronger, then you can trade on, for example, ODN, no, USD, AUD USD, or even NZD USD. It depends on which pair is dominating. If the NZD is dominating, then you should, for example, trade on the AUD, and otherwise, if the AUD is stronger, you should trade on the NZD USD. Okay, but for me, it's just a mess. Here, I made also a possibility. I don't know if you remember, but it was like this. I also deleted it from yesterday's Zoom. But what do we see right here? That the volume is just going strongly to the upside. It has a huge difference between the two, and it just went to this zone. So that's why I'm deleted this, but there is still a possibility for a divergence to the downside. But we need to confirm that first, and also to get a great momentum on the charts, which is, I think, most likely, even if the divergence happens, we need a huge move because that gap is is a bit too high. But yeah, let's see if it forms or not. All right, Euro GBP. Euro GBP made a small down move, not a big deal. Actually, there is a chance for divergence, which is not confirmed yet on the VVV. Everything goes to the downside. Actually, I would see something to form right there. First confirmation, and as you see, the zero line is pretty far away, so we would definitely wait for something. But right now, the main direction goes to the downside. Okay, if it forms, it could mean we're gonna get a divergence, and this can slowly go to the upside. And after that, we could see something huge to the upside even. But it should mean that the GBP is gonna get some weakness, which I don't think right now, because as you see on the monthly basis, it's just turned into the sell, and there is is something that we call momentum, and this could make the GBP strong in a couple of next months, actually. We only need 10 days to confirm this, and after that, I would expect a stronger GBP, actually. Yes, the DXY also had a scenario on the DXY, and this is that's what I was talking about. But on the USD CAD, we see a more beautiful picture. This was my first idea, but I also mentioned in our last Zoom that this is far away from each other. And as you see, when the days just move Monday, we started with Monday, and Monday, what we see is the price go even more further from that slow moving average. So the chance to break out was a lot higher. So this was the another. Yeah, we have always two directions, of course. Yes, but depends on what we see confirming and what we not seeing confirming from the indicators. And this case, the momentum was not confirmed, and that's why I'm always saying wait for the confirmation, because without that is just a theory. Like it can happen, but is it gonna happen without the confirmation? The answer is no. So wait for those confirmations and just go with the momentum. Okay, on the CXY and divergence forming, but as you see, this is far away, this is far away, but here is also divergence. We need something more than this. All we have is a divergence right now and the possibility to go up. Yes, this is a low spot on the destroyer, so it has a chance to go up, but we need to confirm at least on the VV first of all, because as you see, everything is in red right now. So we are waiting for confirmations. Okay. AXY almost the same thing. I already draw here, which should be the best possibility. This was my idea. It just turned down, and actually there is a huge gap between the two. I would say right now that the price should go even more to the downside, but it has to make a bit of correction, not that much, just a bit of correction, and after that, move to the downside. Okay. I'm gonna talk about the monthly candles next week. I think that's gonna be also interesting. Okay, the AXY made this divergence beautifully worked out. Actually, I was also mentioning this from our last Zoom, and from here we get a clear move to the downside actually. Right. But this could next week is an interest rate from the GPY. And first of all, I would like to see some weakness from the GPY. And after that, some strength from the GPY, actually. So it goes down, makes divergence, and it goes up. That will be the best scenario. And I think we're going to break the all-time low from the data that we have. All right. This is what I'm looking for. This is also a huge gap between the two, so I'm still looking to the downside. I'm gonna show you, but here, the interest rate, 4 o'clock. I will definitely wake up for this to see what happens in the market. Okay, the BXY also a possibility for a divergence on the weekly basis, which is not formed yet. And actually, as you see, for example, the Euro GBP, and you see the BXY and you see the AXY, there's a huge difference between two. But GBP looks like it's about still dominating the euro, which means both of the currencies gonna weaken in the coming weeks, something like that. And still the GBP is about to dominate the euro, which is very interesting because then if it happens, we should see a huge move on, for example, on the euro USD. Okay. Here, what's happening here? Here's also divergence possibility. Here was last week, not confirmed here. There is still a chance to confirm until this point. Okay. And after that, let's see what it happens. Okay, just wait for the confirmations. But how I see right now, even if it goes up, I wouldn't expect a huge move, just a small correction, and after that, a down move. Because when the Remo is so far away, for example, here, see there is a small move to the upside and a continuation to the downside, and that's something that's mostly repeating. For example, here, there's a huge difference between the two. It goes a bit to the downside, and after that comes another wave. Here the same, goes down, there is far away, but it can move because sometimes it's just moving back. Like here, even when there were small candles, it just goes like crazy. But most of the time when we see something like this, the price just not gonna turn in one wave. Like here, if there is a huge gap between the two, bit down, then up, and here, then we're talking mostly about fake outs because there is also a divergence. So, but like here also, okay, that's why we are waiting for the Remo, and that's why the Remo is working so good, actually. Normally, the VVV and the Destroyer are the main indicators, but I would say the Remo also main indicator as well, actually. There is just too many data on the Remo, which can we use during our trading, let's say our exit for entries for structural divergence, the slow moving average positioning, where it goes for the long term positions. So yeah, it's a great tool, right? The AXY is mess, actually same as the ZXY. There is a possibility for a divergence, but this is not really sexy. Actually, same thing from the ZXY, but the ZXY is already broken with the divergence because, as you see, there was also gap between the two, and even when it went up, didn't follow on the REMA and just broke down. And that's why we are waiting for the REMA, and that's when the momentum forms and those confirmations comes together. Those are the best signals. When you see the momentum on the right way, on the right timing, when you see those signs coming together, that's the right momentum. When you see, okay, there is, for example, here buy, but you see it's down, then mostly those are could be profitable trades, but mostly it just goes a bit and after that it goes against you. Okay, because the momentum himself wasn't confirmed, and that's why same on the ZXY, but here is a huge gap. I would say even if it makes a retest or something, this should continue to the downside, and that's the second part of the week, in my opinion. And the sweet gold already made a gold breakdown. And what I am looking for are actually are those zones right there, and the possibility for a pullback to 55. But I so for example on 4 hour we are under zero line, everything is under. So I would like to see more likely going to the downside, but we need the Monday and the Tuesday to confirm. And if the Monday starts with bearish, I think then if you could say that we're gonna look back into this area, right? About the crypto, I'm gonna talk next week. Yes, and a quick lookout on the economic calendar. Easy Monday, nothing really happens. Tuesday, the interest rate of the GPY, which is interesting. Maybe CPY in the evening from the NZD, but that's not a big deal. Wednesday, a lot of HCOB together. They could make some liquidity in the market. S&P, that's more likely a liquid thing from the GBP, and the S&P from the dollar as well. But um, not a big deal, I would say. A bigger deal is the interest rate decision from the Canadian dollar on Wednesday. That could bring some liquidity in the market. And then Thursday, interest rate decision from the euro, which is the main event. GDP, which is very interesting. 14, 15 from interest rate from the euro, and after that GDP from the USD, and yeah, jobless claims together. So they are high volatile news. So Thursday expect big moves, guys. And the Friday we're gonna close with the PCA, and that's it. And as I see, there is an occasional day on Australian dollar, and I think that will mean that the Friday is gonna be a nice time to short the Aussie. Interesting. All right. All right. Thank you guys for watching. I see you next week. Have a great evening and have a great week. Let's get it. Bye bye.